Namaste. Welcome to SO Science. Your dreams need to be beyond your limits. With this thought, let's start today. Today, we are going to learn about metals and nonmetals, which is the third chapter in the NCERT Class 10 Science textbook. In our surrounding, matter is in the form of elements, compounds, and mixtures. Here, element contains only one type of atom. There are 118 elements known to us at present. 118 elements known to us at present. Among them, 98 elements are naturally occurring. Okay, naturally occurring elements are 98 in number, naturally occurring. Now in the screen you can see periodic table. Here these 118 elements are arranged in different columns and rows. Some elements are given blue color and such elements are metals. And towards the right hand side of the periodic table you can see some elements are given yellow color and those elements are non-metals. And in between the metals and non-metals there is a small division, a zigzag line you can see with a different color, that is green color. And the elements denoted by this green color represents metalloids. So in periodic table, elements are classified into metals, metalloids and non-metals. Towards the left hand side, metals, towards the right hand side, non-metals. And in between metals and non-metals, there is a zigzag line and it represents the metalloids. Metalloids are elements which show the properties of metals and non-metals. You will be learning classification of elements in the periodic table later in chapter 5. For the time being, you just remember that in the periodic table, towards the left hand side, metals are arranged, towards the right hand side, non-metals, and in between, metalloids are kept. And now we have to learn on what basis these elements are classified as metals and non-metals. So on the basis of some properties, we classify elements into metals and non-metals. These properties are physical properties and chemical properties. Today, we are going to discuss about the physical properties. What are physical properties? Physical properties are those properties which we can observe with our sense organs. That means we have 5 sense organs. With these 5 sense organs, what we observe, that is classified under physical properties. So now let us see how can we classify elements into metals and non-metals on the basis of physical properties. ആദ്യമായിട്ടാണ് നിങ്ങൾ ഈ ചാനൽ കാണുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ഈ ചാനൽ നിങ്ങൾ സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക. എല്ലാ വീഡിയോസിനോടൊപ്പം ഞാനൊരു ഗൂഗിൾ ഫോം അറ്റാച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എക്സാം പോയിന്റ് ഓഫ് വ്യൂവിൽ വളരെ ഹെൽപ്ഫുൾ ആയിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ എല്ലാവരും സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിനോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ ബെല്ലൈക്കൺ കൂടി പ്രസ് ചെയ്യുക. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അടുത്ത വീഡിയോ ഇടുമ്പോൾ അതിൻ്റെ നോട്ടിഫിക്കേഷൻ കിട്ടുന്നതായിരിക്കും. ഇനി നമുക്ക് മെറ്റൽസിൻ്റെയും നോൺ മെറ്റൽസിൻ്റെയും ഡിഫറൻസ് ഒന്ന് നോക്കാം. Now let us learn the first difference of metals and non-metals on the basis of physical property. And the first difference is based on hardness. Okay, hardness. Metals are generally very hard. Okay, metals are generally very hard. But non-metals are soft in nature. They are soft in nature. Let us see the examples. Example of hard metals are aluminium, iron, gold, silver, etc. And that of non-metals are carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, etc. We know that metals are generally hard, but there is an exception for this. Let us see what is the exception here. Here, sodium and potassium. Okay, sodium and potassium are very soft. They can be cut with the help of a knife. We said that metals are generally hard, but there is an exception. What is the exception? Sodium and potassium are soft. They can be cut with knife. Here also there is an exception. We said that non-metals are generally soft, but diamond, okay, diamond, which is a form of carbon, that is, which is an allotrope of carbon, okay, allotrope of carbon is the hardest substance known. Okay, diamond is the hardest substance known. What is an allotrope? Allotrope are elements which occur in different forms. Okay, so carbon is an allotrope. Carbon can occur in different forms. So diamond is a form of carbon. That means diamond is an allotrope of carbon and it is the hardest substance known. So we can say non-metals are generally soft, but the exception is diamond, which is the hardest substance known. In metals, metals are generally hard, but sodium and potassium are very soft. They can be cut with knife. ഞാനിത് വീണ്ടും റിപ്പീറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പറയുന്നത് എന്തിനാണെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ മെറ്റൽസ് ആൻഡ് നോൺ മെറ്റൽസിൻ്റെ ഫിസിക്കൽ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടീസിൻ്റെ ബേസിസിലുള്ള ഈ ഒരു ഡിഫറൻസ് പറയുന്ന സമയത്ത് നമ്മൾ ഈ എക്സെപ്ഷൻസും എക്സാമ്പിൾസും ഒക്കെ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ നിന്നെല്ലാം നമുക്ക് MCQ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് പ്രതീക്ഷിക്കാം. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഞാൻ വീണ്ടും ഇത് റിപ്പീറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് ഓർത്തിരിക്കുക. വീഡിയോ കാണുന്ന സമയത്ത് തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും നിങ്ങളിത് എഴുതിയെടുക്കാനായിട്ട് ശ്രമിക്കുക. ഇതേപോലെ തന്നെ 2 കോളം വരച്ചിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾ ഈ ഡിഫറൻസ് ഈ ഒരു രീതിയിൽ തന്നെ നിങ്ങൾ എഴുതി വെക്കുകയാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇത് നന്നായിട്ട് മനസ്സിലാകും. ടുവേഴ്സ് ദ എൻഡ് ഓഫ് ദ വീഡിയോ ഞാനിത് 2 കോളമായിട്ട് മെറ്റൽസിനും നോൺ മെറ്റൽസിൻ്റെയും ഡിഫറൻസ് 2 കോളമായിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് തരാം. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ എല്ലാ വീഡിയോസിനോടൊപ്പം ഞാനൊരു ഗൂഗിൾ ഫോം അറ്റാച്ച് ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ആ ഗൂഗിൾ ഫോം തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും വീഡിയോ കണ്ടതിന് ശേഷം ചെയ്ത് നോക്കുക. നിങ്ങൾക്ക് നിങ്ങളെ അനലൈസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് പറ്റും. നിങ്ങൾ ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ നിന്നും എത്രത്തോളം പഠിച്ചു എന്നുള്ളത് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അനലൈസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് പറ്റും. അപ്പോൾ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും നിങ്ങൾ ഗൂഗിൾ ഫോം ചെയ്ത് നോക്കണം. ഗൂഗിൾ ഫോം എങ്ങനെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു എന്നുള്ളത് നിങ്ങൾ കമൻറ്റ് ബോക്സിൽ പറയുക. Now let us see the second difference between metals and non-metals. Now the second difference is metals are generally solid. Okay, they are solid. Example: aluminium, iron, copper, etc. Okay. Now here non-metals are solid or in the form of gases. Okay, or in the form of gases. Solid or in the form of gases. Example: sulfur, phosphorus, which are in the form of solid, and chlorine, oxygen are in the form of gases. So these are the examples of non-metals which form in the solid and gaseous state. Sulfur and phosphorus are in the solid state, and chlorine and oxygen are in the gaseous state. Now here also there is an exception. We said that metals are generally solid, but mercury, okay, mercury, exception is mercury. Mercury is the only metal which is in the liquid state. Okay, mercury occurs in liquid state. Okay, so mercury is the only metal which is in the liquid state. All other metals are in the solid state. Here also there is an exception. Okay, we told that non-metals occur in solid and gaseous form, but the liquid non-metal is bromine. Okay, bromine is the only liquid non-metal. Okay, so metals are generally solid. Example: aluminium, iron, copper, gold, silver, etc. Okay, exception is mercury. Mercury is in liquid state. Okay, liquid state. It occurs in liquid state. Generally non-metals occur in solid or gaseous form. Sulfur, phosphorus are examples of solid form, and chlorine and oxygen are the examples of gaseous form. Here also there is an exception. Here the non-metal which occurs in liquid state is bromine. Okay, so bromine is the only non-metal which occurs in the liquid state. Now let us see the next difference. Now the third difference is based on malleability. What is malleability? Malleability is the property of any substance to drawn into thin sheets. On the basis of malleability, let us see what is the difference between metals and non-metals. So metals are malleable. Okay, metals are malleable. That is, it can be drawn into thin sheets. Okay, metals are malleable, but non-metals are not malleable. Okay, they are not malleable. They can be drawn into thin sheets. Okay, here example: aluminium, gold, silver, iron, etc. are all examples of malleable metals. Non-metals are not malleable. Okay, non-metals are not malleable. They can't be drawn into thin sheets. In metals, gold and silver, okay, always remember gold and silver are the most malleable metal. Okay, they are the most malleable metal known. Okay, in metals, gold and silver are the most malleable metals. It can be asked in the objective questions. So gold and silver are the most malleable metals. Here also there is an exception. What is the exception? Exception is mercury. Okay, mercury, we know that it occurs in the liquid form. Okay, so mercury can't be drawn into thin sheets. So this is the exception here. So the third difference is based on malleability. Metals are malleable, that is, they can be drawn into thin sheets. Examples are aluminium, gold, silver, and iron. Among the metals, gold and silver are the most malleable metal known. And here exception is mercury. Mercury is in the liquid form, so it can't be drawn into thin sheets. So this is the exception in malleability in metals. Now non-metals are not malleable. They can't be drawn into thin sheets. Now let us see the next difference. Now the fourth difference is based on the ductility. What is ductility? It is the property of a substance to be drawn into thin wires. Okay, thin wires. Malleability is thin sheets. Ductility is thin wires. So on the basis of ductility, let us see the difference between metals and non-metals. Fourth difference is on ductility. Metals are ductile. Okay, metals are ductile. Example: gold. Okay, gold is the most ductile metal. 1 gram of gold can be drawn into 2 kilometers. So 1 gram of gold can be drawn into thin wire of length 2 kilometer. So always remember this. This is also an important objective question from this portion. So metals are ductile and the most ductile metal is gold. And 1 gram of gold can be drawn into a wire of 2 kilometers. About non-metal, non-metals are not ductile. Okay, they are not ductile. Is that clear? So metals are ductile but non-metals are not ductile. That means they can't be drawn into thin wires. Here also in metals there is an exception, that is mercury, isn't it? Mercury is in the liquid form, so it can't be drawn into wire. So here the exception is mercury. എനിക്കറിയാം നിങ്ങൾ മെർക്കുറി ലിക്വിഡ് ഫോമിലാണെന്നുള്ള കാര്യം പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടാവുന്നു. പക്ഷെ വീണ്ടും ഞാനിത് പറയുന്നത് എന്തിനാണെന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ ഒരു രീതിയിൽ നിങ്ങളോട് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ചോദിക്കാം. ഡക്റ്റൈൽ അല്ലാത്ത ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒരു മെറ്റൽ പറയാനായിട്ട് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഓർക്കണം. അതിനുവേണ്ടിയാണ് ഞാനിവിടെ ഇത് എക്സാമ്പിൾ ആയിട്ട് പറയുന്നത്. Now let us see the next difference. Now the next difference is based on luster. What is luster? Luster is shining. Okay, shining effect is luster. So the fifth difference, that is metals are lustrous. Okay, they are lustrous. They are very shiny. Okay, but non-metals are not lustrous. They are non-lustrous. That means they do not exhibit shine. Okay. Here example. There are many examples. All the metals that we know: aluminium, iron, gold, silver. Here non-metals are not lustrous. Example, sulfur. We know that it is not lustrous. Phosphorus. Okay, phosphorus. Carbon. These are all non-lustrous. But here also there is an exception. What is the exception here? Here iodine is a lustrous non-metal. Okay, iodine is a lustrous non-metal. Metals are generally lustrous. Example, aluminium, iron, silver, gold, etc. Okay. Now here non-metals are not lustrous. Example, sulfur, phosphorus. But here there is an exception, that is iodine is a non-metal which is lustrous. Okay. Remember this. Iodine is a non-metal which is a lustrous. Now let us see the next difference. The sixth difference is they are sonorous. Okay. Sonorous. That is they produce ringing sound. Okay. All metals produce ringing sound. But non-metals are not sonorous. They are not sonorous. They doesn't produce any ringing sound. Now here in metals there is an exception. All metals does not produce ringing sound. The exception are sodium, potassium, lithium and mercury. Okay. These are the things that doesn't produce ringing sound because they are all very soft metals. So these metals doesn't produce ringing sound. That is they are not sonorous. Sodium, potassium, lithium and mercury. Okay. Here non-metals are not sonorous. On the basis of producing ringing sound, metals are generally classified as sonorous and non-metals are not sonorous. In metals there are some elements which are non-sonorous. Okay. Sodium, potassium, lithium and mercury because they are all very soft metals or soft elements. So now let us see the next difference. So the seventh difference is based on melting and boiling point. Metals generally have high melting point and boiling point. Okay, high melting point and boiling point. But non-metals have low melting point and boiling point. Okay, non-metals have low melting point and boiling point, but metals have high melting point and boiling point. Here in metals there is an exception. Okay, here in metals there are two exceptions. That is in the case of gallium. Okay, gallium and cesium. Okay, gallium and cesium have low melting point and boiling point. These two metals melt if we keep these metals in our palm. So the temperature of our palm is enough for the melting of gallium and cesium. So this is the exceptional case in the metals. That is metals generally have high melting point and boiling point. But gallium and cesium have low melting point and boiling point. Other than gallium and cesium, sodium, potassium and lithium. Okay, these three metals also have low melting point and boiling point. But the lowest melting point and boiling point is noticed among gallium and cesium. Non-metals have low melting point and boiling point. So metals have high melting point and boiling point. Exceptions are gallium and cesium. The temperature of our palm is enough for melting of gallium and cesium. And other exceptions are sodium, potassium and lithium. Now non-metals have low melting point and boiling point. Now let us see the next difference. Now the next difference is based on the conductivity of electricity. Let us see how metals and non-metals conduct electricity. So The eighth difference, okay, eighth difference is based on the conductivity of electricity. Metals are generally good conductors of electricity, okay, good conductors. But non-metals are poor conductors, okay, they are poor conductors of electricity. Here also there is an exception, okay, here also there is an exception. Among metals, lead and mercury are poor conductors, okay, lead and mercury are poor conductors of electricity. Here also there is an exception. Can you guess what is the exception here? Graphite, okay, graphite, which is also an allotrope of carbon, okay, which is also an allotrope of carbon, is a good conductor of electricity, okay, graphite is a good conductor of electricity. So metals are generally good conductors of electricity, but exceptions are lead and mercury. Here non-metals are poor conductors or bad conductors of electricity. Exception is graphite. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity, which is an allotrope of carbon. Okay, so what is an allotrope? Allotrope are substances that can exist in different forms. So carbon can exist in different forms, and graphite is one of the allotrope of carbon. The other allotrope was diamond. Okay, now let us see the next difference. Now the next difference is based on the conduction of heat. Okay, conduction of heat. So the ninth difference. Metals are good conductors of heat, okay, good conductors of heat. That is, they allow heat to pass through the conductors of heat. But non-metals are bad conductors of heat, isn't it? They doesn't conduct heat. They are bad conductors of heat. So here among metals, silver and copper, okay, silver and copper are good conductors of heat. Now here also there is an exception, okay, exception. The same exception that we have learned in the conduction of electricity, that is lead, okay, lead and mercury. Lead and mercury are poor conductors of heat. So metals are generally good conductors of heat. Silver and copper are the best conductor of heat. Exceptions are lead and mercury. Here non-metals are bad conductors of heat. Now let us see the last difference between metals and non-metals. The last difference between metals and non-metals on the basis of physical property depends on density, okay, density. Metals have high density, okay, have high density. But non-metals have low density, okay, non-metals have low density. Here in metals there is an exception, okay, there is an exception. Can you guess what are the exceptions? Yes, sodium, potassium, lithium. These have low density. So metals generally have high density, non-metals generally have low density. But exception in metal are sodium, potassium and lithium. Sodium, potassium and lithium have low density, okay. These have low density. Remember always, okay. So we have learned 10 differences between metals and non-metals on the basis of physical property, okay. Now in the screen you can see all 10 differences between metals and non-metals. നിങ്ങളിപ്പോൾ സ്ക്രീനിൽ കാണുന്ന ഈ ഒരു ടേബിളിൽ ഞാൻ മെറ്റൽസിൻ്റെയും നോൺ മെറ്റൽസിൻ്റെയും ഡിഫറൻസ് മാത്രമേ പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളൂ, എക്സെപ്ഷൻസ് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടില്ല. അപ്പോൾ വീഡിയോ കാണുന്ന സമയത്ത് നിങ്ങൾ ഈ എക്സെപ്ഷൻസ് കൂടി ഒന്ന് നോട്ട് ചെയ്യണം, ഓക്കെ. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് നന്നായിട്ട് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇത് മനസ്സിലാകും. ടെക്സ്റ്റ് ബുക്കിൽ ഈ ഡിഫറൻസസ് എല്ലാം കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്, എക്സെപ്ഷൻസും കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അത് പലയിടത്തായിട്ടാണ് കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഞാൻ അതിനെ ഒന്ന് അറേഞ്ച് ചെയ്ത് ഒരുമിച്ചാക്കിയതാണ്. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പഠിക്കാൻ എളുപ്പമുണ്ടാവും. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഒരു രീതിയിൽ നിങ്ങൾ ഈ ഡിഫറൻസും എക്സെപ്ഷൻസും ഒക്കെ പഠിച്ചു വെക്കുകയാണെന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് എളുപ്പമായിരിക്കും ഓർത്തെടുക്കാനായിട്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത്രയും കാര്യങ്ങളാണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഈ ഒരു മെറ്റൽസ് ആൻഡ് നോൺ മെറ്റൽസിൻ്റെ ഫിസിക്കൽ പ്രോപ്പർട്ടിയിൽ പഠിക്കാനുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്നത്തെ വീഡിയോ എല്ലാവർക്കും ഇഷ്ടമായി വിശ്വസിക്കുന്നു. ഇഷ്ടമെങ്കിൽ തീർച്ചയായിട്ടും ലൈക്ക് ചെയ്യുക, സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക. അതിനോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ ബെല്ലൈക്കൺ പ്രസ് ചെയ്യണം. എല്ലാ ഫ്രണ്ട്സിനും ഷെയർ ചെയ്യാനും മറക്കരുത്. താങ്ക് യു. സ്റ്റേ സേഫ് ആൻഡ് ഹെൽത്തി. ബൈ ബൈ.